West Michigan. This is 24-Hour News 8 Football Frenzy.
Hi, everybody. Great to have you with us on the Football Frenzy. Can you believe it's already week 8? Tonight on the Frenzy, our crews hit 18 games. We calculated the travel, approximately 735 miles tonight. That's like driving from Grand Rapids to New York City. That's the kind of effort we give you week in and week out. I'm Jack Doles, Larry Figursky, Jason...
Terzis?
I'm sorry.
Casey
Jones here to bring it. I know what happens sooner or later. We're going to start with our spotlights. The orange shoes, you think I know this by now, Case? Now, this is Grand Rapids Christian and Lowell. Christian High, back-to-back OKY championships. Lowell wants it back. Lowell up 7-0 in the second quarter on a 4th and 20. Christian goes for it. Sigler to Dwayne Barfield. Game tied at 7. Eagles up 21-14 in the 4th. Kyler Sherlow rolls out, fires downfield, pass tipped into the hands of Gabe Steed. Oh, what a catch. And that sets up this play. Watch the play by Josh Colgrove. He just pulls the pile into the end zone. That is a game-tying touchdown. We go to overtime, tied at 21. First overtime, Sigler to Dominic Paez. Watch this catch. Goes up, takes it away from the defender. Eagles get the extra point, up 28-21. Lowell comes back. Sherlow to Steed again. Pulled up from JV. He had a huge game, tied it up. It's 28-28. Now we're in the second overtime. Both teams score. Christian goes for 2 in the win. And Sigler is stuffed. Lowell holds on and beats Grand Rapids. Christian 35-34. Take over first in the OK White.
Spotlight number 2 shining on the Southern Lake Shore tonight and what amounts to be the SMAC West Championship game. The unbeaten Mustangs of Portage Central ranked number 10 in Division II with an offense averaging 46.5 points per game. Ventured into St. Joe to meet the 4th-ranked Division III team in the state and the unbeaten Bears. Game was tied at 7 after a St. Joe's touchdown and this on the ensuing kickoff. Jared Lewis going to bring it up to the right side, gets a little bit of a seal here, and then he's, what, Casey?
He gone.
Down the sidelines. This one will cover 95 yards, breaks that final tackle. It was 14-7 Portage Central. Boy, that opened up a little bit of the floodgates. Second quarter, Ryan Mergener fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's got a huge hole up the middle. This one will cover 80 yards to up that lead to 20-10. And then still in the second, Mergener will this time go to the air. Matt Capasso down the middle, make that grab and take it the rest of the way, 30 yards. But they go on to win it tonight. Portage Central, 49-28.
Our third spotlight game, a huge battle in the OK Black. Mona Shores, who wrapped up their first playoff spot ever in Week 7, and Reeths-Puffer, the Rockets, a win, and Puffer would set up an OK Black championship game to wrap up the regular season next week against Muskegon. Meatball eating contest earlier in the game. Fans loading up on carbs, and they'd need them for this one. 7-0 Mona Shores. Rockets give it to Julian Monday, and he goes to work. 59 yards, untouched, 7-6 Mona Shores on top. Puffer with a 19-13 lead in the second on 4th and 1. Garrett Blanchard finding Evan McCary for a 10-yard score, put Puffer up 25-13. Third quarter, Mona Shores making a comeback. Tyree Jackson on the keeper, the draw, 10 yards out, 10 yards in. 25-20, Reeths-Puffer on top. Late fourth quarter, Puffer on top, 32-28. Tyree Jackson looking deep for Asante Brown, but Chase Smith is there for the pick to end the game. Reeths-Puffer hangs on for the win in a good one, 32-28.
And Casey Jones, that sets up a big game next week because Muskegon started the night in first place tie with Reeths-Puffer. They'll meet next week. They took on Zeeland East. Deshaun Thrower to William Hunt. He finds the end zone, 34-yard touchdown. Big Reds up 13-0. Still first quarter. Thrower starts off with a double pass here to Tavon Jackson. He's going to find a wide-open Jovier Kennedy. It's a 20-0 Muskegon. That's really open. And then Thrower, another touchdown. This one a 52-yard run. Muskegon rolls over Zeeland East, who is really hurting right now. 54-0.
Special moment tonight in Grand Rapids. Kennewaw Hills hosting a game in honor of fallen officer Trevor Slott, who was killed a little more than 2 years ago while trying to stop a pair of bank robbers fleeing from police. Officer Slott's 2 daughters handling the coin toss tonight. All police officers and firefighters admitted to game for free. Great effort there tonight, guys. As for the game, well, the Knights entertaining the winless Red Hawks of Union got a bit of a battle early on. Nice first on the board, going to the air. Eric Orsinger, number 14, is going to pull this one down in traffic. That's a pretty catch, 25-yard TD strike. The 7-0 Knights. Union responding, however. This is DeMarcus Brown. Loses the handle for just a moment, but then finds the seam. Powers in that, tied it at 7. The Knights, however, would go on to win it tonight, 28-19.
A couple of OK White teams battling for a playoff spot. Caledonia just needs a win to be in, and East Grand Rapids has to win out to avoid missing playoffs for back-to-back years. Tied at 10 in the third, East Grand Rapids' David Evans Jr. taking the toss for a 5-yard touchdown, put the Pioneers on top after a missed extra point, 16-10. Still in the third, same score, Caledonia gonna answer. This is Eddie Kelly breaking free there, making a move, and he is gonna score a 69-yard run in the fourth quarter with 3:55 left to put Caledonia on top, 17-16. East Grand Rapids, though, would answer just a minute later. David Evans Jr. going to break a few tackles here, and he would score the go-ahead 10-yard game winner. East Grand Rapids wins it 24-17.
After a horrible start to the season, West Catholic has it rolling. Falcons looking to make it 4 straight wins, made the trip to Northview. Now the Wildcats were up 21-0 at half. 9 minutes left, third quarter. It's 28-21. Travis Russell to Mitch Stanitzak. And it's an 11-yard touchdown, game tied at 28. End of the third quarter, 2nd and 7. Russell on the keeper, and he finds the end zone, 42-28. West Catholic goes on to win it. Your final 56-28. The Falcons now 4-4.
Let's keep it in the blue. Tough assignment tonight for the winless Wolves of Wyoming, traveling to Comstock Park to meet the unbeaten and playoff-bound Panthers. Not much more of a game than the Panthers thought. Wolves played pretty well at Comstock Park here. Jake Bush in from short yardage, and it was 14-0 Panthers. They would up the lead to 21 later. Pat Naughton finding Drake Barr. This one will cover 85 yards down the far sidelines. That made it 21-0. Wolves did battle back, but can't come up with a win tonight. 21-14. Comstock Park stays unbeaten.
Next up, Muskegon Oak Ridge looking for win number 7 on the year against a team in Mason County that they've only lost to 6 times ever in 47 tries. Third quarter, the Eagles were up big, and they add to it. Austin Wright finding Jarek Wamba, and Wamba going to make a move and go 60 yards on the catch and pass for the TD. Oak Ridge is on top 42-8, and then still in the third, it's Spencer Nizaki given to Josh Ritzema, and Ritzema with a 3-yard score. Oak Ridge rolls tonight 49-26.